One truth about power is that it breeds paranoia. But in the right hands, that paranoia becomes vigilance. This is because those who are never complacent are the ones who stay in control. Once you start progressing in your journey for power, remember to stay vigilant. Never forget that complacency can damage your most valuable asset, your reputation. As Warren Buffett famously said, it takes 20 years to build a reputation and 5 minutes to ruin it. In the game of power, perception often outweighs reality. A strong reputation gives you influence, opens doors, and keeps your enemies at bay. But never forget, your reputation is fragile. It takes years to build, and only seconds to destroy. Law 5 of the 48 Laws of Power states, so much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Failing to protect your reputation weakens your position, leading others to doubt your abilities. But if you guard it wisely, it becomes a shield, giving you strength even when you're not the strongest person in the room. Welcome back to the Namekian Scholar, where we break down essential lessons in anime to help you thrive in this competitive world. The world has changed, but human nature is still the same. So stick around till the end of the video for a proven method that will not only guard your reputation, but also give you more access to power than you could ever imagine. Let's start off with a classic example of how effective a good reputation can be, even if it's through deception and luck. Today we'll examine Hercule from the Dragon Ball Z universe, and study how he used his reputation to not only gain power, but also powerful allies.
When we think of Mr. Satan, aka Hercule, we think of bravado, charisma, and a knack for staying in the spotlight. Despite lacking the superhuman strength of the Z fighters, Mr. Satan manages to hold his own in a world filled with gods, aliens, and androids. But how does he do it? The answer lies in his mastery of Law 5 from Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. Mr. Satan may not be the strongest, but he knows one thing for sure. Reputation is everything. And nowhere is this more evident than in the Cell and Boo sagas, where his reputation keeps him in the game. Let's start with the Cell games. While Goku, Gohan, and the other Z fighters are battling for the fate of the Earth, Mr. Satan shows up claiming to be the world champion. Now, we as the audience know that his strength is nowhere near Cell's, but the rest of the world doesn't. They believe Mr. Satan is the hero who's going to defeat Cell and save them all. Now, according to Law 5, guarding your reputation is essential because it acts as a shield, protecting you even when your abilities fall short. And Mr. Satan proves this by expertly spinning every failure into a victory. After being easily swatted away by Cell, instead of admitting defeat, he blames the loss on tricks used by the Z fighters. Sleight of hand, as he calls it. The public, none the wiser, eats it up. In their eyes, Mr. Satan is still the unbeatable champion. His reputation stays intact, even when the reality is very different. Fast forward to the Boo saga, and we see Mr. Satan's greatest display of Law 5. Faced with the terror of Majin Buu, Mr. Satan knows he stands no chance in a fight. But instead of running away, he approaches Buu with his reputation as the world champion fully intact, using it as his most powerful weapon. Surprisingly, Mr. Satan manages to befriend Buu, not through strength, but by playing up his persona. He convinces Buu that he's the most powerful human on Earth, even though we know it's far from the truth. But Buu buys into the image that Mr. Satan has created. In fact, it's Hercule's influence that leads Buu to stop destroying cities, proving that reputation, in the right hands, can be a tool of persuasion even against beings far more powerful than you. But perhaps the most critical moment comes when Goku is building the Spirit Bomb to defeat Kid Buu. Mr. Satan, still playing the part of the champion, convinces the entire world to lend their energy to Goku's cause. If not for Mr. Satan's reputation and ability to rally the people, Goku might not have had the energy needed to finish Buu off once and for all. So, what's the lesson here? Mr. Satan may not be the strongest fighter, but his understanding of Law 5, how to craft and protect a powerful reputation, gives him influence where raw strength alone couldn't. In a world where gods and warriors reign supreme, Mr. Satan uses his reputation as a shield, allowing him to stay relevant, respected, and in the end, play a crucial role in saving the Earth. Guarding your reputation is about more than protecting your image. It's about using it as a tool for power. And while Mr. Satan may not have had the strength to defeat the likes of Cell or Buu, his mastery of Law 5 proves that sometimes perception is just as powerful as reality.
Reputation isn't just about how others see you. It's a reflection of the standards you set for yourself. The image you project to the world can become a powerful motivator, pushing you to live up to your own expectations with a focus on continuous improvement. When your reputation represents excellence, integrity, or strength, it fuels your drive to embody those qualities, not just for others, but for your own sense of accomplishment, which is critical in your journey for power. Always remember, no one will believe in you like you. So use your reputation as your motivation as well, and protect it at all cost. And no one demonstrated this more than the legendary All Might. Let's dive into how All Might from My Hero Academia uses the power of reputation to remain the symbol of peace, and how this helped him maintain control, even as his physical strength faded.
When we think of All Might, we think of the symbol of peace, the hero who embodies strength, hope, and unwavering confidence. But what keeps All Might pushing forward, even when the odds are stacked against him? It's not just his immense power, it's his mastery of Law 5 from Robert Greene's 48 Laws of Power. So much depends on reputation. Guard it with your life. All Might's reputation isn't just about how the world views him. It's also a reflection of the standards he holds himself to. The image he projects as the symbol of peace, strong, unbreakable, always smiling, becomes a powerful motivator for his actions. He knows that the moment he lets his guard down, both the people and the villains will see cracks in the image he's carefully built. Even after suffering from a near-fatal injury at the hands of All for One, All Might continues to fight. Why? Because he knows that his reputation isn't just a shield against villains, it's a source of strength for himself. His desire to maintain that image pushes him to keep fighting, despite the pain, and despite his diminishing power. But here's where Law 5 goes deeper. All Might's reputation as the ultimate hero motivates him to live up to the expectations he's set for himself. It's not just about keeping others at ease. It's about proving to himself that he can continue to embody the symbol of peace, no matter the cost. Take his relationship with Deku, for example. All Might sees himself as the perfect role model for the next generation. This reputation he's built motivates him to mentor Deku, passing down not only his quirk, but also the values that made him a symbol in the first place. He feels a responsibility to live up to the legend he's created, not just for the public, but for the young heroes who look up to him. Nowhere is this clearer than in All Might's final battle with All for One. By this point, All Might is far from his prime, but his reputation drives him to fight anyway. He knows that the world is watching, and he's determined to protect the image that has kept villains in check for years. Even as his powers fade, the desire to uphold his reputation as the symbol of peace motivates him to push beyond his limits. And when he wins, with his last ounce of strength, All Might makes sure the world sees him standing tall, smiling. His famous pose, pointing to the camera and declaring, "You're next," isn't just a message to the villains, but a statement to himself that he'll always live up to the legend he's created. In the end, All Might shows us that reputation can be more than just a tool. tool to influence others. It can be a powerful motivator for ourselves. By guarding his reputation with his life, All Might not only protects the world, but also pushes himself to be the best version of the hero he's built. His actions remind us that when you set a high standard for your reputation, it fuels your drive to continuously improve and live up to the legend, even when the odds are against you.
My fellow wise men, thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Also, if you're ready to take your mastery of power to the next level, don't miss our video on Law 3. Click the video above to discover how the most powerful figures in anime keep everyone on their toes, and as a result strengthen their reputation. Until next time.